in February, I took a soil test from this garden and sent it to the soil test lab at Virginia Tech for a home garden soil test. The current cost is $7 per sample, and we've gotten a report back here that gives us the recommendations for nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, the complete fertilizers, and we also got a report on the pH of the soil. Here the soil pH was 5.8, so we're getting a little bit of a acidity building up, which is common and natural in a garden. And so before we're planting today, we have amended the soil with lime. This is dolomitic limestone, and with a complete organic fertilizer. This is a 543 product made from pelletized poultry manure, and also with this good old goat manure that we get from the goat barns here at Virginia State University. All of these soil amendments help our crops grow vigorously and well. What we've done to plant asparagus today is we made a trench about 6 inches deep, and we've laid the asparagus crowns down 12 inches apart in the row. And all we're going to do to plant it is just cover it over with that soil, with the full 6 inches of the soil, and it'll come up and make ferns that are 3 feet tall. We can't harvest asparagus the first year, but next year we can harvest a little bit, and then in the 3rd, 4th, 5th year we can harvest the asparagus spears from about the middle of April through the middle of May every year. Now we're going to plant some cabbage and cauliflower and broccoli in this early season garden. And the first transplants that we're going to work with is this red cabbage, and we'll set them out 18 inches apart in the row. I just make a furrow and put my plants down, and then just firm some soil around the base of the plant. After I get the plant in the soil, I always like to give every plant a cup of water, water it in. The forecast is for rain tonight, and that'll help these plants really get started growing. To plant potatoes, the first thing you need to do is buy some seed potatoes and cut your seed potato pieces like this. And to do that, you've got your seed potato, and you just cut it into pieces that I say are about 1.5 ounces. I usually get 6 good pieces from each seed potato. You want to make sure that each piece has an obvious eye that the plant can grow up from. I like to plant Irish potato seed pieces about 2 or 3 inches deep. So we make a trench and just set the seed pieces in the row about 12 inches apart, and then you just cover them over with soil. Many people plant them in a raised up in a hill, and that's fine too. I like to plant them in flat land, and as I hoe weeds, I pull the soil towards the row, because if the potatoes come to the surface and the sun shines on them, they turn green, and you don't want that to happen. Peas should be planted, if possible, by St. Patrick's Day, March 17th every spring, but you can continue to plant them on until the middle of April. What we're planting today are the sugar snap peas. It's a variety called Sugar Sprint that does not need to be trellised. I plant them in a shallow furrow like this, 1 inch apart, and we're going to cover them with 1/2 inch of soil. Plant early, they'll come up. If you planted these later in the summer, you would not have good luck, but you could plant them in late August or early September for a fall crop of peas. Onions don't need to be planted deep. I just set them 4 inches apart. You can really just press them down into the soil, and the roots will grow and they will prosper. I just make a very shallow furrow for planting onions. It's such an easy crop to grow. Everyone should plant a spring garden so they have fresh onions available whenever they need them. This is Andy Hankins. I'll see you next time on From the Ground Up.